All right, so that ended our example 3. Measure of angle XYW should be 76 degrees, and the measure of angle WYZ came out to be 104 degrees. Okay. All right, example 4. Angles C and angle D are complementary. The measure of angle C equals y minus 8, and the measure of angle D equals 3y plus 2. Find the measure of angle C and D. So here, again, it's very important you know what complementary means because that's going to help you set up the correct equation. Okay, so ask yourself, what does complementary mean? Two angles that add up to equal 90 degrees. And so then you need to add these two angles. So y minus 8 plus 3y plus 2. The complementary has to add up to 90 degrees. Then once you set up your equation, this is all algebra. So really just the geometry part is knowing your vocabulary in order to help you set up your equation. All right, so combine like terms, 4y minus 6 equals 40 or 90. And we add 6, 4y equals 96. Divide, so y equals 24. Now we're not finished though because they did want us to find the angles as our final answer. So then measure of angle C was y minus 8, which will be 24 minus 8. So the measure of angle C should be 16 degrees. And then the measure of angle D, you can find a couple of ways. You can plug it into 3y plus 2, or you could take 90 minus the 16, and we get 74 degrees. Okay, now these problems would be worth 3 points. I'd give you a point for setting up and solving for y, a point for finding the two angles after you plug in. Okay. All right, and then our last example, example 5, it's vocabulary really. Identify each pair of angles as linear pair, vertical angles, or neither. So angle 1 and angle 2. So that's here and here. So really, I just want to focus on, I'm going to outline what I'm looking at here. I'm just looking at these two angles and ignoring the rest. So angle 1 and angle 2 is a linear pair. Okay, and our choices were linear pair, vertical angles, or neither. So we wouldn't say supplementary, even though they are supplementary. Okay. All right. And then part B, erase. And angle 1 and angle 3, so right here, so if I outlined angle 1, that's this angle. If I outlined angle 3, that's this angle. So notice you've got the two intersecting lines, and angle 1 and angle 3 are across from each other. So those are those vertical angles. Okay. And then C, we've got different angles here. We've got angle 2, right here, and angle 4, which is right here. So notice that's not a linear pair because we're looking at angle 2 and angle 4 here. And it's not vertical angles because you don't have two intersecting lines. You would have to actually have this line going this way and it's broken that way. So this is a neither. Okay. All right, so what I would like you to do in the left-hand margin of your notes, so that's going to be in that question column, come up with an example like example 4, only make them supplementary angles. And when you come up with this, this is going to count as a level 2 question in your notes. And then don't answer it right now because you'll come back to it at a different time to do that repetition. So this will count as one of your level 2 questions because whenever you create your own example, like something else that we've done, that is a level 2 type question, coming up with an example. And then you'll answer it later. Okay. And then once you do that, that concludes notes. So don't forget to highlight main ideas and circle key terms. Um, and then I recommend you try and do the assignment. You could do it on your laptop and look at the problems. I will have hard copies though if you would like. And then when you come back to class, we'll use some class time and go over these any questions that you have. So bring questions you have for section 1.5. Okay?